Here, and some of the players are hot. They went on the field. They went after Joe Green, who's been let off the field. Some of the Denver players went out, and some of the Steeler players met them. There were no blows exchanged at all, but here's what happened right here. And Red Miller is out there.
He's right in the middle of it.
He's right in the middle of it, and that's
George Perlis. George Perlis, the defensive line coach, trying to get everybody out of there. Boy, that's some hot feelings and some high emotion here on that field today.
Wow. Well, let us get in the Christmas spirit, for heaven's sake. Huh? Why don't we get in the Christmas spirit? We've got a big gang of folks out here. We're out here for NBC, and we're all get together. We've got the spirit, folks. 1, 2, 3, go. We'll join NFL 77 after these messages from your local station. Don't miss that second half.
There are many new-size personal cars, but this is the car that started it all. Chrysler LeBaron, a Chrysler of fine detail, with the option of genuine leather seating. Yet LeBaron is a medium-price road car with impressive gas mileage. So before you look at Grand Prix, Monte Carlo, or Cutlass, look at a new leader. The new Chrysler LeBaron.
For the best of everything, see your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Hello and welcome back to NFL 77. Bryant Gumbel along with Mike Adamley. It's 14-14 Denver and Pittsburgh at the half. Earlier today, in case you missed it, Oakland and Baltimore staged simply one of the greatest games ever played. In the second overtime, the Raiders a winner 37-31 for the fifth straight year. Oakland is in the AFC Championship game. Let's catch up on some of the highlights early on. It was the passing game that came to the fore. In the second half, Oakland came in trailing 10-7, but this is Stabler looking for a guy named Branch, Mike.
Branch has an amazing ability to go deep, and he makes a fantastic catch. Nancy had him covered pretty well.
That one got him in a position for Dave Casper to catch the first of 3 touchdown scores. Where's Simonini?
Casper was bottled up effectively in the first half, but he really went crazy the second time.
Now, right there, Oakland took the lead, but then they kicked off to this young man, Marshall Johnson. And if you like your runs long distance, try this one on for size. About 87 yards for a touchdown. Baltimore goes out in front, 17-14. But then Stabler again calls on his number 87, Dave Casper.
Casper comes across the middle this time. He's got all kinds of time to throw. Great job by the offensive line. There's Casper in the end zone.
That made it 21-17 after Baltimore came back for a score. This time it was Banasek, 28-24. And then in the fourth quarter, Ron Lee gets what appears to be a pretty easy touchdown to put Baltimore out in front. Right? Good run by the young man.
Lee has been spelled by Roosevelt leaks in the last couple of weeks, but he really had a good game in the second half.
But then the guy who'd been doing it all day long, Dave Casper, again, this time not for a touchdown, but simply for a super reception. On the day, he had 4 catches for 70 yards, 3 touchdowns. This one, in the clutch moments in the fourth quarter, set up the field goal that tied the game.
Casper's some kind of athlete. That one he caught over his shoulder, and he just does it all, Brian.
And then in the second overtime period, well, the snake is awful tough in these situations. Stabler up top to Casper. Who else in the corner of the end zone? His third touchdown catch. And for the third straight year, the Colts are on the first round of the playoffs to the defending Super Bowl champions. It was a very, very tough game. Burt Jones suffered a broken toe and damaged ribs. On hand for the game were Lee Leonard and Len Dawson. Lenny has an interview with Ken Stabler. Lee has one with Dave Casper. Let's take a look at those talks right now.
Well, it was. I think it was worth a $10 ticket to come see it. It's 2 well-matched teams, and we have a lot of respect for Baltimore. They hung in there, and they scored every time we scored. And I just like to say that our offensive line did a hell of a job. I mean, the sack pack was, they're a well-known group, and I guess they led the NFL in sacks, and our guys did a hell of a job of keeping them out of there. A couple of great third-down catches by Cliff Branch, by Freddie, and it's a team-type thing. It takes 40-something guys to win, and I think that's what we did today. Our special teams played well when they had to, and our defense stopped them when they had to, and the offense scored when we had to, and it's kind of a team-type thing, and it's a good Christmas present for everyone.
Congratulations, a great victory.
Thank you, Lenny.
Dave, they shut you out in the first half, 2 touchdowns in the second half. What were you thinking about during the overtime?
I thought I wished we would have won in the game time. That's what I didn't want to do it. You try not to think about anything besides what you got to do out there.
Did you see the overtime as more or less a punting duel that Ray Guy won for you?
Well, I mean, that's for all the armchair quarterbacks to figure out. I really didn't see much but when I was on the field, because you come off the sidelines and, I watch the defense because I'm nervous, but, I really don't try not to think too much about except what I think they're going to do to us when we go out there again. You don't have too much room up there for any extraneous type thought.
When you came into this game, did you feel it was going to be this rough a game? Because it certainly was an exceptional game on both sides.
I really had no idea what would happen out there, and I really didn't care as far as how the game went, Winning and losing, I think that's for coaches and people to worry about. I always believe that you just concentrate on your assignments during the week, and when you come out in the game, you try and do those the best you can, and at the end of the game, you look up in the scoreboard.
And it was in your favor. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
So Oakland in the championship game one more time. We're going to take a look at the first half of that Denver-Pittsburgh game, but first a seasonal note. As you can tell, we're at Rockefeller Plaza here in Manhattan. We thank the lovely people of Manhattan for sharing their Christmas spirit with us. In turn, we have had the opportunity to share JoJo Starbuck with them. She, of course, the lovely figure skating champion, wife of Terry Bradshaw. But number 88, Lynn Swan, they've taken this act on the road before. Down to the 1 yard line. From there, Terry decided to do himself, and JoJo cheered him on. Terry right over the top right there for the game tire. And then things got kind of hectic in the final moments. Denver went back out in front when Otis Armstrong, for about 10 yards, got a lot of swiftness, Michael.
And Otis hasn't started the last 4 games for Denver, but his presence in the Denver lineup gives him a little more speed, a little more quickness.
Okay, and then before the half was out, here's Franco Harris tying it up. For him, 23 carries, 81 yards. It's been a big half. So it stands at 14-14. We'll look forward to a second half, and since it appears unlikely that we'll get back after the ball game, let me take this opportunity for all of us in front of and behind the cameras here on NFL 77 to wish all of you out there the very safest and most peaceful of all holidays. Be good to yourself and take care of yourself for another year, because we want you back. We'll be ready for the second half kickoff after these messages from your local stations.
National Football League AFC Divisional Playoff game is brought to you by Dodge. We invite you to come in and see why today's Dodge dealers got it all. Cotton Incorporated, the fiber company of American cotton products. By the Hartford and its independent insurance agents and brokers. And by Schlitz Light Beer. It took Schlitz to bring the taste to life. Our score is 14-14. You saw what was happening at the end of the first half. We anticipate the beginning of the second half, and we'll come back for the second half after this.
Schlitz Light Beer has a third fewer calories than our other fine beer, and all the taste beer drinkers expect from Schlitz.
Is that what that guy always drinks?
That's his beer. It's the only light beer with gusto.
I'll have a Schlitz Light.
Make it 2.
Beer drinkers know it took Schlitz to bring the taste to light.
Know what I put on before shopping? My glasses.
All the action and excitement of the Orange Bowl game as the powerful Oklahoma Sooners take on highly rated Arkansas, Monday, January 2nd on NBC.
I'm Jim Simpson with Merlin Olsen, and with what's been going on here, we just want a little Christmas spirit. A little Christmas. Say ho, 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 or something.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. We'd like to see it shape up a little on the field, too.
Oh, my, I hope so. Because this man right here, Joe Green, was a catalyst for a penalty, the boos of the crowd. Some of the crowd spilled onto the field at the end of the first half. Tried to go after him. The coaches were out there, but this is the second half, and that is Upchurch getting the kickoff with Durella across the 10, and Upchurch is tripped up as he crosses the 25-yard line. Well, it'll be 1st and 10, and Upchurch is a little slow in getting up himself. Ted Peterson is the one who put him down. It will be Craig Morton, number 7, the quarterback. We'll check to see whether or not it is Otis Armstrong. It is, not Rob Lytle. And Jim Jensen, the running backs.
Here's a shot of Armstrong, or not Armstrong, but Upchurch, our fine returner, getting knocked down. Looked like he hit on his back or on his hip. He's still on the ground, hasn't moved. But that was a nice, clean tackle, but it just put him in an awkward position as he came down. Looked like he might have twisted his back or knocked his wind out.
A cheer you hear is that Rob Lytle has now gone in, and Otis Armstrong, who was out on the field, has trotted off. Upchurch is the man. There is Lytle. Upchurch is the man, of course, for those 167 yards. He is quite a catalyst for this Denver team. And with those 167 yards, 87 of those went for a touchdown against the Steelers in their first game.
Here are the statistics on the first half, and I think the most remarkable thing is the yards passing there. 7 for Denver, 75 for the Steelers. The total yardage, very one-sided, 183 to 44. As we said earlier, the Broncos were able to do one thing. That was to convert on 2 opportunities they had when turnovers gave them the ball. They were able to make short drives into the end zone. They tied this ball game 14 at all at the half, but certainly in moving the ball, Pittsburgh Steelers have done a lot stronger job, Jim, and you'd have to say that if they can continue that pace, they can do it in the second half. But one thing we wonder about, what the altercation just before the half, all the fisticuffs and people on the field, and here's a picture of what we had just before halftime here, and I think there are 37 people out there shoving each other, trying to hold each other, and very emotional time.
We will check, of course, to see how Rick Upchurch is. We hope he's all right. Looks like he's dragging his left leg, doesn't it? Dalvin and Moses both to the left. First down for the 27. Mort's going to throw on first down and going deep for Jack Dalvin. Allen is there and tips the ball as they both fall out of bounds. That is exactly how Craig Morton opened the ball game, by throwing long on first down. Nauer, Vlasic, Montler, and Miner are in there. And let's take a check at right guard to see whether Howard, who was hit by Joe Green toward the end of the half and had to be helped off, he is back in all right. Greenwood, Green, Furness, and White, the front 4. Ham, Lambert, and Taves, the linebackers. Thomas and Allen, the corners, and Sheldon Edwards, the safeties. Mel Blount not playing today because of a bad knee. Second down, 10. This is Armstrong, who's going back into the ball game. He's got some running room. And is dragged down by Ham. Loses the football, and it's fumbled out of bounds. But they say the ball was dead at the 44-yard line of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's the biggest spurt of offense that the Denver Broncos have had all day. And now it is Armstrong who is down.
Well, we've had a lot of people banged around on the field. You can see Armstrong laying down there. Watch number 30. Watch the block on Lauren Taves by Jim Jensen. He just buries him here. Tom Vlasic, number 62. Paul Howard, the guards on the outside. Vlasic knocks down Lambert, and Otis Armstrong is just running free.
And after Taves was buried, they brought in Robin Cole and sent Taves out. Robin Cole takes over on the right side. And Otis Armstrong is still down.
Upchurch apparently took a shot, the helmet to the thigh, to the left thigh, and that was the injury that put him down. You can see them working on it there on the sideline, and that's probably a painful thigh bruise.
Armstrong, who was out for a long while with a bad ankle, comes off holding that thigh area. First down for the Broncos at the 44-yard line, actually inside the 44-yard line. Riley Odoms is not in there. Egloff is the tight end. Rob Lytle runs for about a yard, and that is all. Back down by Ernie Holmes. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
This is 11 Alive, WIC-TV Pittsburgh.
And Keyworth is back in. Second down and long. This is Keyworth. Breaks one tackle and then slowed up by Holmes. And he goes down inside the 40-yard line. And now it is Haven Moses who is beginning to jump around as though he twisted his ankle.
On the inside, number 52, Vlasic, is on Ernie Holmes. And watch the job he does here on Holmes to open up a hole on the backside. Excellent job. Claudio Miner coming over with a little tackle trap of his own. But it looks to me like the Denver Broncos are fired up in the early part of this second half.
Moses comes out. Apparently he has shaken it off, but John Schultz has taken his place. It is third down, 5 to go from the 39-yard line. High ball game. Schultz right, Dalvin left. And now Mort looks up and sees something that he doesn't like. Or at least is not prepared to go again, so he's going to take a timeout and walk over and talk to Red Miller. 14-14 the score. 12:48 to go. We're in the third quarter at Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado, where the sun is now beginning to sink below those Rockies.
And it's getting a little cool out on the field. Certainly not cool enough to bother the players.
Now we'll come back when play resumes in a moment, but now let's take time out from Denver. Third down and 5, and Haven Moses has checked back in. Spots out to the right. Lytle and Keyworth, the running backs, and Jack Dalvin comes to the left. Riley Odoms, the tight end, sets up on the right side. Horton looking, fires long, double coverage. No good. Moses runs right into Tony Dungy, the sixth defensive back. Dungy was simply going for the ball, and Moses ran right up his back. And it's fourth down.
Morton had time to throw the ball. He gets good protection here, and he just puts it down the middle about as far as he can get it off. Watch now what Moses does. That's Dungy running right along with him. Moses makes it look like he's going for the ball, but looked to me like he's just trying to hope for a penalty there, Jim.
Lucky Delts to kick the ball away. Jim Smith up on the 10-yard line. Delts gets a very, very high kick. Smith puts up the fair catch hand, and that's the first fair catch of the year, back at the 5-yard line. And that's not a great spot to have one.
That's not exactly a coach's dream.
No fair catches all year long, and Smith takes one at the 5-yard line. We're first down for the Steelers when we come back. It's still 14-all on this Christmas Eve in Denver. 12:34 to go, third quarter. Have you ever seen jousting? That's coming up on Sports World. Jousting in the south of England. Knights of old in armor. First down from the 5-yard line. Randy Grossman pops over to the other side. Steelers backed up. Frank O'Hara cuts back and gets some important yardage out near the 11-yard line. It'll be second down and 4 to go. Jackson made the stop along with Bill Thompson.
We've talked all day about the battle in the middle between Carter and Webster. Early on in the game, Webster was winning the battle. Carter looked like he's driving the outside, getting the best of that one. Then Frank O'Hara messes everything up by cutting back to make an excellent game.
Harris nears the 100-yard mark. Having an outstanding playoff game, he always does. One of the best running backs in playoff history. Rocky Flyer tries to pick up some yardage and wedges it out near the 15-yard line. And it'll be third down and short to go. About 2 to 3 yards to go. Davis and Alzado made the tackle. And now they're bringing in John Dredd as a fourth down lineman.
Early in the practice yesterday, talking to the Denver Broncos, they said if we can shut off the running game with Pittsburgh Steelers and force them to pass, then we can control the game. Pittsburgh has been able to run the ball today, and the result is they've got 14 points on the board.
It is 14 apiece. Third down and short. Frank O'Hara bounces off one, and they have it. Frank O'Hara hit behind the line of scrimmage, bounced away. Swenson and Wright hit him. And he has got it, I believe, as Stallworth and Swan come out. They're moving the sticks. First down the Steelers.
You wonder at the strength of a back like Frank O'Hara. Flyer in motion, cuts in tight to be the lead blocker. That's Louis Wright that hits him first, and Wright is no slouch. He puts a stick on Franco, but Franco will not go down. Fights and fights until he gets that first down.
Stallworth to the left and Swan to the right. Franco trying to get outside, and boy, they're all over. Alzado and company were there, Bernard Jackson, Bob Swenson. Next Sunday, we'll have to tell you the time because we frankly don't know whether Oakland will be playing at Pittsburgh or here in Denver. But NBC's got the championship game of the AFC next Sunday afternoon. Dick Enberg and Len Dawson will either be here or at Three Rivers Stadium for that one. It is second down and 12 to go. 10 minutes to go, third quarter.
Excuse me, a big play on that last one by Alzado. Some great speed and pursuit from the inside. He, of course, one of the Pro Bowlers from this Denver squad.
Harry Bradshaw gets it away. That is Stallworth. Stallworth nowhere near a first down, out near the 20-yard line. And it's third down. And about 7 to go. Bob Swenson, the linebacker, dropped off and made the stop.
Some real tough battles along the line of scrimmage. This one between Al Zato and John Cope, two of the strongest men on the field. They're both capable of bench pressing over 500 pounds. And that's a fight. That's a fight if you ever saw one in there.
Third and 7 from the 19-yard line. Mile High Stadium is at its best right now. They're calling for the Orange Crush. Blitz is on. Gets it away. Grossman had to get it away so quickly. Grossman never had a chance to run his route. He looked up and the ball was past him. And so now Rick Engels, who has had one of his punts blocked today that led to a touchdown, will come on to kick it away. And the Orange Crush, led by hobbled Randy Gradishar, has done its job. Bill Thompson goes deep. Remember, Upchurch had that bruised thigh and is knocked back in. Thompson will drop back in the safety position as Engels stands on his own 4. They're coming. Gets it away. Just gets it away. The kicker goes down. Thompson has the ball, and he goes down. Ernie Pugh, the first to hit it. Ball at the 47-yard line. And Morton and company come out. 14-14 the score. And time has been called. 8:45 left on the scoreboard as far as the third quarter is concerned, as these two battle for the chance to beat Oakland for the championship. That's the game they play almost in Merlin Olsen's backyard, the Rose Bowl, Michigan and Washington, Monday the 2nd, right here on NBC. From the 47-yard line, Morton goes back to throw, has time, and now runs out and goes down and is sacked. Morton has been sacked quite a few times, 43 times before today's ball game, because he does show reluctance to get rid of the ball when there's nobody open. He'll take the sack. That's the first time he's been sacked today, though.
See the stunt on the inside, Joe Green going across, and then Furness coming to the outside, being picked up by John Keyworth. But Furness just won't quit. Keeps coming. Dwight White getting in there, and of course, Mean Joe Green pushing Howard back. And there are all kinds of Pittsburgh players on top of Craig Morton.
On the 38, it is now second down and 19. Play-action pass. Morton delivers. Haven Moses. Touchdown, 35-yard line. Johnny Shell makes the stop. Second and 19, and they pick up more than enough for the first down.
Haven Moses has been making big catches all year. His average, as you see, 20 yards per catch. Morton has time, and that's critical here. Gives Haven Moses time to get open, puts it on the money. Haven up there to make a beautiful grab. First and 10, well into Steeler territory.
Now Dalvin and Moses both come to the left. Moses now in motion to the right. And Keyworth carrying the football, and he is picked up by Robin Cole, the number 1 draft choice, the rookie, as he hits the line of scrimmage. And Keyworth picks up about 3 yards, just dragging Cole down to the 31-yard line.
That's a pretty big linebacker to drag, too. Robin Cole, earlier in the year, pressed into service as a down lineman when they had their rash of injuries to their defensive line. Of course, this gentleman a little concerned along the sideline. I'm sure he had to do some talking about cooling his people down at halftime. They were pretty emotionally up.
Lytle and Jensen now become the running backs. And Morton's back to throw again, has time again. Jensen, look out! There he goes! Jensen inside the 5. The best 5 of the day for the Denver Broncos. Allen made the tackle.
Jim Jensen is not the guy you would pick to take that kind of pass down the middle, but does an excellent job of breaking into the open. Morton gets him the pass. It's a little circle pattern out of the backfield. And there's Jack Ham trailing from behind. And finally, Jimmy Allen coming over from the far side to put him on the ground. but not until they got down to about the 2.5-yard line.
This is the first time all day that Denver has driven. The blocked punt and recovered fumble gave them 14 points. It's 14 all. But Denver's driving. The drive started on their own 47-yard line. A big play, second down, 19. When Morton found Haven Moses, who's in motion right now. Otis Armstrong, who already has one touchdown, has denied another one here. Jack Ham leading the way. Also on that side, just now getting up, is Steve Burnett.
L.T. Greenwood down at the bottom of that stack, too. They just buried everything over there. And Armstrong able to make about a yard on the play. It's going to be second, just about exactly a yard into that goal line.
Mike Modler raises his hands. They can't hear the signal in their own huddle. Bob Lytle goes in. He has a touchdown. Keyworth, the other running back, they've got about a foot to go. Second down. Morton looking to throw. Out of the way.
He had Riley Odoms open. That was a great play. Jack Lambert up, it looked like, in the middle to bat that one away. Big Jack using some of that athletic ability that he has and a quick read to knock away what could have been a touchdown pass there. Just on the left of your screen here, that's Ham on this side, but it's Lambert who just gets an eye on it there, reaches up high and bats it down.
Third down from the 1-foot line. Jensen has come back in. It is Jensen and Lytle. Down to the 1-foot line. And the Broncos are insisting that he took it in. And now Coolerhead, as Agloff is showing they've got that far to go.
Here's another look at it. Little hand back in there. They're able to hold Jimmy Allen to the outside. Lytle just dives back to the inside. That's Lambert making the initial contact, keeping him out of the end zone. The Denver players shouting, and it looks like Coach Red Miller agrees. They're spotting the ball about 2 inches from that goal line. Here's another look at it from the end zone. Lytle, as you see, taking the inside. There's Lambert down on his knees to shut him out, keep him away from that goal line.
Fourth down, inches to go. The big back Jensen does not get it, I don't believe. Denver's denied. Pittsburgh is in the hole, but they have held. It is still 14 all. 4:48. They had a first down inside the 3-yard line, and then 4 cracks. Could not take it over. The Steeler iron curtain comes down.
Great defensive goal line stand, and this is what defensive seasons are made of. It's something the Pittsburgh Steelers have done over their years to be able to shut it off on the inside. Looks like Morton thought about bouncing it outside, and Jensen didn't really make an attempt to get inside. That was Jimmy Allen, number 45, whose job it is to pinch on the outside, the man responsible for stopping Jensen.
Steelers are not out of the woods yet. The backs are in their own end zone. They're lying at their own goal line. Rocky Blythe tries to get outside and just does get outside the end zone.
Ball bounced loose down there, Jim, but the officials are saying that it was dead, and I don't think he got very far out of there.
Bill Thompson, Bob Swenson in on the stop. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter, and it's all tied. Boy, NBC Sports can just sit back and gloat today. They've had 2 good ball games.
What a pair of ball games. And this one isn't over yet by any means.
Second down. Franco Harris tries to get outside and rolls to the 5. Perhaps the 6. It'll be third down and 5.5 to go. Here's what happened earlier today. And Oakland's touchdown pass from Stabler and Casper was completed for the winning touchdown in the 6th period, the second overtime period. And the defending Super Bowl champions are still in it. They'll play next Sunday against one of these teams. Red Miller there with the headset on, one of the 2 with the headset on, hopes in the team and his team that they play. Now we'll look from behind Bradshaw and company on third down. Third and 6. Bradshaw rolling on himself. Bradshaw very close to the first down. Very close to the first down.
Looks like he's going to be a little short. They're going to mark it down right on that 10-yard line. Be about a yard short, Jim.
Bryson Mano rolled out to make the tackle. And now Rick Engels has the pressure on him.
And you've got to wonder if they're going to come after it. They came after his last punt. They blocked his first punt of the day. Let's see what they'll do right here. And they've got 10 men up.
10 men up front. Bill Thompson back only to zone 45. They anticipate excellent field position. Engels gets away a beauty. Backing Thompson up. Q is right there. Lets him get away, and now Thompson still lost the football. Fumbles it forward, and it's covered by the Broncos. That's about a 10-yard gain on the fumble. And that's Foley that recovered it.
Bill Thompson is not used to running back punts, but that'll scare any coach in the league to death.
Well, that's one of those breaks. Denver got it. The ball was fumbled forward, and they've got the ball again in excellent field position in this tie-ball game. January 2nd. First down Denver at the 41-yard line. Lyle and Keyworth the setbacks, and Morton back to throw. Gets it away, and as his man, Otis has stepped out of bounds inside the 40 at the 37. A gain of 4, and it is second down and 6. Cole and Allen ran him out of bounds there.
Odom took that ball on a little square out, a little straight pattern. Morton having time to throw the ball, got it off, but it's a short gain. It'll be second and about 6.
Denver's already picked up more yardage in this quarter than they had in the entire first half. Halftime score was the same as it is now, 14 all. Moses in motion to the left. Morton hands to Jim Jensen, and Jensen, the big, powerful fullback, one-time tight end, gets down to the 30-yard line. He's former Dallas Cowboy property. A big back out of Iowa in his second year.
Jim Jensen doing a fine job of power running, but it looked like they opened the hole by stealing Joe Green and Ernie Holmes to the inside. Holmes is supposed to cover for Green on the outside. Did not get over there to do it. That's L.C. Greenwood, also pinned down pretty good on the inside, and they're measuring now to see if they've got a first down over there. Appears to be just short. See the referee holding up about 6 inches of that chain. He'll lay it down, mark the ball carefully, and it'll be third and about 6 inches to go.
And again, while you were talking, we saw that sign that everybody here is wishing everybody around the country an orange Christmas instead of a white Christmas. On the 31-yard line, third down, and 6, 8 inches to go. 2 tight ends, Odoms and Egloff in there. Armstrong is now coming to join Keyworth. All of that's Jensen still in there along with Armstrong. And that is Greg Morton. Gets down to the 30-yard line. That's all he had to do for the first down. Morton tried to vault over as Bradshaw did for the touchdown, but there wasn't much vaulting to do. They rolled up.
He didn't get quite as high as Terry did, I don't think, but he got enough, I believe, for the first down. Let's see, they're going to measure it.
Measure it again.
Morton's pointing down there as if to say we've got it, but several of the Pittsburgh players motioning earlier that they didn't have it. Let's let the officials decide it for us.
That's the first move. Just over the 30-yard line.
Not by much. Watch on the inside. They're trying to drive Joe Green out, trying to go right up over the little gap that he left there. Able to get a stalemate. In fact, driving back toward the end of it. Lambert pushing up in there, but enough for the first down.
Greg Morton going to throw on first down. Has a lot of time. Now delivers it to Odom. Touchdown! 30-yard pass to Ronnie Odom.
Here's Morton going back, play action fake, and the offensive line gives him all the time in the world. Riley Odom breaking deep, gets free from Robin Cole, catches a perfect bullet right in the fingers, and watch, he dropped the ball out of bounds. And look at that. Look at Craig Morton. You don't think he's happy? That whole Denver team, this whole 75,000 people in this crowd are just elated at that touchdown.
Jim Turner in to try the extra point, which is good. Denver moves out in front for the third time today. The Steelers have always been coming from behind, and they'll have to again. Well, with 1:24 to go in the third quarter, it's 21-14 on a 30-yard pass from Riley Odom. Now, in the first half, the Steelers really shut down the Broncos' offense. In the second half, the Broncos have been able to move.
Very interesting, Jim. Apparently, the events of the half, or just prior to the half, perhaps some adjustments in the locker room at halftime. But you're exactly right. We've had 2 long drives from Denver, and really nothing in the way of a threatening drive from the Steelers in the second half. And certainly, first half difference in the game came with the capitalizing on the 2 breaks. First, the block kick, which they took in for a touchdown. Next, Franco Harris's fumble, which they took in for a touchdown.
Well, I can't help but remember that Pittsburgh dominated Cincinnati in the first half of that important game. They didn't dominate, the Broncos here scorers all the time, but then the Bengals came out and were able to move the football, and now the Broncos in the second half have come out and begun to move the football.
Certainly right about that. Franco Harris was over 100 yards at the half in that game, lost yardage in the second half, and it looks like the Broncos are really playing the best ball in the third and fourth quarter here today.
Alvin Maxson gets the ball back out to the... The Broncos stands proudly over Mile High Stadium, and at the moment, the Broncos have the 3-point lead and will kick off. Jim Smith dropping back to the 6-yard line. 15, 20, cuts inside a block, 30, give them excellent field position as Smith fights out near the 40-yard line. And the Steelers with 7:05 to go will have excellent field position. Rob Nairn made the tackle, along with Jim Jensen, who is operating on special teams as well as running the football.
Coming into the game, Jim, it was Denver that had the great reputation for running back kicks, but it's certainly Pittsburgh who has benefited most from run back position today.
And we'll point out that Rick Upchurch was hurt in the third quarter and has not been available since. Swan to the right, Stallworth to the left. And Bradshaw back to throw with time, throws it, and it is almost caught, but not quite. Then Swan inside the 45-yard line. Swan makes a specialty of those diving comeback catches. At that time, it didn't work.
Lynn Swan has to be one of the great big game players and big play players in the game. Down, breaks in. He's coming back to the ball. Ball thrown just short. Cannot quite get control of it.
Second down 10 from the 39-yard line.
Frightening thing on that play was that Bradshaw had so much time to throw. Denver's going to have to put some more pressure on him, or they're going to have trouble shutting him down here.
Less than 7 minutes to go. Bradshaw has time again. It is intercepted by Jackson. Jackson inside the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. He's into the 8. Mike Webster knocks him down. First and goal to go, Denver. This interception of the year for Jackson. He returned one all the way against Baltimore. And now the Orange Crush gives this offense a big lift.
Very unhappy Chuck Noll talking to Terry Bradshaw on the sideline. Bradshaw fires this ball late. He has good protection. And there's a great leaping stab. Hit it with one hand, picked it up as it fell. And boy, can he run with that football. He looks like a halfback out there.
Lytle and Keyworth the setback. Denver trying to put this ball game a little bit more out of reach. They've been dogged by the Steelers all afternoon. Lytle has scored one touchdown, gets down to the 7-yard line, and that is all. A gain of 2. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is 11 Alive, WIC-TV Pittsburgh.
Vernon Olsen, second down goal to go at the 7.
And this crowd is on its feet. They want a touchdown. They want that 10-point edge instead of the 3 that they've got.
Denver would like a rematch with Oakland. They beat them one time, they lost to them one time. And Otis Armstrong is hit down as he gets to the line of scrimmage. And now it is third down from the 7-yard line. A field goal would help, but that would mean a touchdown could erase the lead. What the Broncos want is a touchdown. And here comes Rob Lytle in with a play from Red Miller.
You've got to wonder what kind of play he's bringing in there. Looking up the clock, 5:40 remaining in the game. Certainly if they can put a 7-pointer or a 3-pointer on the board at this point, they gain real advantage because time is slowly running out on the Steelers.
Alvin and Moses both go left. Odom set up on the right side. And Morton back to throw, looking left, runs out of places to look, now has lots of time. Hand comes up, he looks it in the end zone. Caught! David Moses!
The official is saying it went off the hands of one receiver into the hands of Haven Moses.
So that's no good.
Hit by Jack Dolman, so they won't allow it.
They will not allow it. There's 2 offensive men. That's what he's saying. Let's watch it again.
You'll be able to see it. It's Jack Dolman, number 82, who tips the ball. Eventually, Haven Moses is the one that caught it. Morton doing a fine job of moving around, looking for someone to get it off to. Finally, decides he better get rid of it before L.C. Greenwood eats his lunch there. There's the ball.
Dolman.
Touched right there.
That's right, Dolman and then Moses.
What a great job of pulling that ball in by Moses.
All right, now we come in for an apparent field goal attempt. The 6 points would mean that the Steelers would have to get a touchdown. A field goal would not tie it up. A lot of time left. It is a field goal attempt, and it was a good field goal attempt from 24 yards. Noah Turner gives the Broncos a 6-point lead. It is 27-21, but there's an awful lot of time yet left to play.
There are people in this country who wouldn't have food on the table.
The officials have taken some heat for their calls recently, but here's one they call accurately. Watch the ball tipped right there by Dolman into the hands of Moses. Take it back a little bit.
Well, I'm going to look again. Is that Edwards' hand above Dolman?
The linebackers of the Denver Broncos. I'm sure Franco saying, please don't throw me another one like that. I don't want to get a kiss from Jackson again. Super play from Tom Jackson.
2nd down and 12 to go from the 18-yard line. Bradshaw, blitz was on, Jackson coming. Bradshaw for Freddie Cunningham, cannot get it, and it bounds in front of Bill Thompson. That's the 42-yard line. And now it is 3rd down and 12 to go from the 18.
Joe Rizzo, number 59, running right along with Cunningham, able to keep Bradshaw from getting an open shot at him. I think Bradshaw knew it was not possible to get it to him, threw it far enough in front that it couldn't be intercepted.
I wonder if Oakland is on its way back to Oakland from Baltimore, or whether they hung around to watch this.
Well, no matter whether they're watching or whether they're getting reports, you know that they've got to be among the most interested spectators anywhere in the country.
13 of 29 for Bradshaw for 140 yards. Not an outstanding day. He needs an outstanding play here at 3rd and 12. Bradshaw, blitz was on, gets the ball to Cunningham. Cunningham trying to get the first down and does, I believe, at the 30-yard line.
Let's see where they mark it. That's the same play they got a big first down with earlier in the fourth quarter. And it looks like they're going to have to bring in the tape to measure it. Nope, they're just calling it a first down. Big play.
First down at the 30-yard line. Cunningham, remembers, the one with tonsillitis in the hospital 3 nights, fainted on the airplane, dropped the ball after catching in the open field in the first half, but has come back with 2 big plays here in the second half. 3:37 left. First down, Pittsburgh at the 30. They're down by 6. Franco Harris. Jackson almost made a super play. Harris is in trouble, and it's Jackson who comes back to get him. Jackson down, came back to get him. And that's the second time he's thrown him for a 2-yard loss.
And it looks like Jim Clack is on the ground, one of the starting guards. Franco trying to utilize his great cutback ability. Saw that they had given him some great inside-out pursuit. Alzado over there. Jackson almost made a big play on him. He decided to cut it back, ran back into the waiting arms of Tom Jackson.
You know, Merlin, injury is not the name of the game, but I cannot remember so many times out in recent games and recent years that I have seen where so many people have been down, where actually timeouts are required and assistance is needed.
I think I'd have to agree with you, Jim, and it's evidence of the type of hitting that's going on the field. You can hear it all the way up here. Little shot at Jimmy Turner, who hasn't been involved in the hitting, but sure has been responsible for some of the most important points in this game today. But I would have to agree with you. And of course, the roughest of the action has been down in the pit. That's what Red Miller said at the top of our show. This game is going to be won by the matchup of the big men. We'd like to win those fights down in the pit.
Well, we got a moment here. Let's talk about our good friend John Brody, the bowling expert. Have you heard about his new show?
A Dynamic Duo.
Dynamic Duo, struck on Sunday, January 22nd, with all the top bowlers in the country. Top bowlers such as Mickey Mathis, Willie Mays, Arnold Palmer and Raymond Floyd, Jim Brown and Jim Taylor, and Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson. First prize, $20,000. They are all there, and Brody becomes a bowling commentator. That ought to be fun.
Well, with that kind of people to visit with, that surely would be an interesting assignment.
The year of the crush. Let's look at some of these. The red and orange Super Bowl, orange airplanes, orange telephones that you can't get because of the demand. It's 1 on the 78 before you can get them. Orange T-shirts. I'm dreaming of an orange Christmas. It is orange, orange, orange. And that is Rick Upchurch. He may be hurt, but
he's still in the game. He's alert.
They're looking at Clack's right leg now as we take a look around. Let's see, Pittsburgh may eat Wheaties, but the Bionics eat steel. The Broncos eat steel. That looked like an eye for a minute.
Now, there's a man who's trying to get his team aroused on the sideline. I tell you, it hurts him to lose Clack in there. Mullins will come in on the other side now. Step back into his position. Sam Davis being there at the other guard spot. Well, that's great. Clack is moving under his own power. You don't want to see a player hurt. You really don't.
Clack goes off. Mullins comes in. The situation is second down and 11 to go from the 29-yard line. And there's the score, and there's the time. Winner faces Oakland. Bradshaw gets it across the middle and out near the 40-yard line, and near a first down is number 28, Alvin Maxson, who is into the ball game. And that will be third down and about a foot to go for the first down. Rizzo and Swenson made the stop of Maxson. And now they're bringing in Blyer and Finney.
And Clack coming back into the game. He didn't get much of a rest out there, did he? Big third down. They've got to have this to keep it alive.
2:27 left. 27-21 Denver. Uh-oh, someone may have moved. Flags go down. It could be third down and 5.5. Looks like Pittsburgh jumped offside. Looks like a man on the right side went too quickly.
The right wing, I believe that was Mullins, 72 out there in the wing position. Got a little jump on that count. That's going to march him back 5 yards. Interesting, Jim, that the pressure in this game, as it falls down near the 2-minute mark, falls squarely on the shoulders of the Orange Crush defense. Most people would agree that they are more than anything responsible for the success of this team this year.
Number 84, offense, illegal motion.
Randy Grossman. He must have been on the outside there.
When Pittsburgh lost to Denver earlier, they had 12 penalties. Already they've had 9 today.
It's been a big part of their season. They've been hurt by penalties throughout the year.
Third down, 5.5 to go. Big play. Bradshaw has to go for it. Throws, has his man, flies, the flag goes down. Flyer has the first down at the 41-yard line, and a flag was thrown from far downfield. Jackson made the stop.
Looked like it was thrown on Jackson for interference, but of course the pass was completed, so it'll be ignored.
That'll be a first down, and Bradshaw gets the big one. 2:07 left.
Defensive holding, 53.
That's Bradshaw. Wasn't on Jackson then, was it?
No one's going to leave this stadium. They know if Denver allows Pittsburgh to score, Pittsburgh with the extra point can win it all. 2:07 left.
Get down to where there's not much time left in that season.
First down from the 41. Swan to the right, Starwood to the left. And Bradshaw back to throw. Bradshaw lets it go, and it's intercepted by Jackson again. And he's dragged down inside the 35. Tom Jackson's second interception of this quarter.
There it is, the elation of victory, and you saw it just earlier when the camera was on Bradshaw, the tragedy of throwing that pass.
A 2-minute warning. Actually, it's 1:57. Denver's got the football. Will try to run it out and go on to host the championship. Jim Simpson wrote an oath, but the name that means everything in Denver is Tom Jackson. Chuck Noll, Terry Bradshaw, disconsolate on the far side. They'll try to run it out with 1:57 to go. Lionel's carrying the football and is knocked down by Ham, who's the man up top. And immediately Pittsburgh is going to call timeout, hoping that they can get about a minute left on the clock with which to try to pull this out. Another score by Denver would be devastating for the Steelers and wrap it up. But there have been turnovers before in the game of football. 1:50 to go, and they've taken more timeouts. So we're watching Tom Jackson. He will take more timeouts. Broncos 27, Steelers 21 on a Christmas Eve. This is one of the most physical football games I have seen in some years. And at the moment, the Orange crushed the defense. The Denver Broncos have done what they've done all year long, preventing another team from scoring in the fourth quarter, allowing only 17 points. As you see, there are 2 timeouts remaining for the Steelers. It is second down 11, 1:50 left. And Morton back to put it up. Going long in the end zone, now and there. Touchdown, Jack Dalton. That's it. What a play. What a pass. Whew. One look at Morton. I will tell you this story. Unexpected, put it up. Red Miller, Craig Morton happy. Craig Morton at the last win over Pittsburgh. Went down to Dallas and got married. Tonight, they'll go home and celebrate and get ready to host the championship against Oakland next week, barring a miracle. As it is now 33-21, and Turner trying to make it 34-21 with 1:44 to go. And he does. On the scoreboard, it says ticket office opens at 9 a.m. Monday morning for approximately 600 single ticket sales. They're looking forward to hosting the championship. Jack Dalton and Craig Morton hooked up on this clinching pass.
Morton surprising everyone with his pass. Jack Dalton underneath it. Excellent, perfect pass. Great catch. What a way to finish up a ball game.
And on the field, Paul Howard is talking to Mean Joe Green. They're talking over what happened Howard and Green shook hands on the field. They're now parting. Remember, there was a shot to the ribs of the chest of Howard that put him down. He went over and shook hands with Mean Joe Green. And that's what should happen on the football field.
A lot of class on both sides. And I know that, interesting to me, Jim, that both coaches had the kind of discipline that allowed them to control the action in this second half. If they didn't have it, things could have got out of hand easily. Also interesting to note, the big difference in the game is turnovers. 4 turnovers by Pittsburgh. They've had 5, at least 5 or more in 5 games this year. That was the story of their early season, and it's still them again today.
Well, they led the league in turnovers, and that's such a good thing to lead. 49 of them. They've had 5 today. Jim Allen's not going to bring it out. 1:44 to go. Is this the 15th game of the season for Pittsburgh? There have been 54 turnovers. Red Miller, age 50 for so many years, an assistant coach, finally got his chance. He said he and his wife wondered if it would ever come, because he knew he could do it. Took a 9-5 team, added a few players, including Craig Morton, who just threw that touchdown pass, and they're going to host the AFC Championship a week from tomorrow against Oakland, which in the 6th period of play today beat Baltimore 37-31. Bradshaw forced the pass. Look at Alzato's there. This is Maxton at the 30, and he's not going anywhere. The Orange crushes there. 1.5 minutes to go. Certainly has been an interesting season for the Steelers, Jim. I know they're disappointed. Their fans are disappointed. But just to be one of 8 playoff teams is quite an honor, and they have played well today. The old story, as you said, though, Merlin, there's been turnovers that have hurt, including the Jackson 2 interceptions. Maxton trying to get away from Jackson and cannot. 1:04 to go. And this town of Denver has been psyched up all week long. The silence was deafening this morning. Nobody wanted to say a word. And now, happily for them, they've got to go through the whole thing again until next week.
You don't think they're going to have a celebration in this town tonight, do you, Chip?
The Steelers are a ball club that have more people on injured reserve than they have had in some time, and they just got their front 4 back intact today. But the Denver ball club has been the ball club that in the second half has taken it to them. It was 14 all. And they've outscored them 20-7 here in the second half. And whereas the offense could not get on track in the first half, the Denver offense has dominated the second half. 3rd down, 9 to go from the 21. Bradshaw back to pass. Gets it away behind Grossman, who takes a shot from Bill Thompson. It is 4th down. Well, Oakland played here and won. Denver played at Oakland and won. And they'll try for a 3rd time next Sunday. They're up because the scoreboard says we can't hear you.
It would be appropriate to thank our producer, George Finkel, and our director, Teddy Nathanson, for the great job they've done of keeping us in this groove today during the whole program, Jim.
It has been quite an afternoon. What a way to spend a Christmas Eve. 54 seconds left, 4th down. Last gasp for the Steelers. Get it away to Randy Grossman. He's got to get the 1st down, and Grossman gets out of bounds, but I don't know if he got to the 1st down mark.
I don't think he did.
If he did not, he simply turns the ball over there to Denver. And it belongs to Denver. Grossman got out of bounds too early. Well, it wasn't too many years ago the same team was being enacted in Three River Stadium. They went on to win back-to-back Super Bowls, and now Denver has the same kind of hysteria, mania, hoping they can do the same thing. If we have time, we will go into the locker room once this game is over. 47 seconds left. All depends on whether or not they take any more timeouts, really.
Well, I say, there haven't been many people move out of this stadium. They want to see it all.
Morton falls down. Nobody's going to touch him. They probably have time for one more if they do not call time.
They've called a timeout, I believe.
They did call time.
Me, Joe, said we got to take our last. They've done.
With 43 seconds left. Well, we can look ahead to the championship game a week from tomorrow. We can look ahead to the Super Bowl, but then we can look ahead to the 1978 season, which will be an entirely different season. An extra wild card team, 16 regular season games instead of 14. And these same two ball clubs are liable to be back at the same spot next year fighting for the same thing.
So you don't think they're happy down on the sideline? Godwin third.
As contrasted to Denver, on the other side, Pittsburgh. Morton falls down again. Clock is running. 36, 35. First time ever in the playoffs. In their 18th year of existence, the Denver Broncos have made it to the first round and will host the championship against Oakland 1 week from tomorrow. You'll see it on NBC. Craig Morton, the Orange Crush, they did a magnificent job. They're leaving the field with 14 seconds to go. It is over. Denver's won.
Outstanding plays by the Denver defense, by Craig Morton. But more than anything, it was Pittsburgh's errors, the turnovers, the fumbles, the 2 interceptions by Jackson that really spelled the doom of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There's the story, 34-21. A couple of field goals to make it 27-21, and then when they thought they were running out the clock, a bomb to Jack Dalvin. And it is all over. The Orange Crush has done it. And our congratulations, of course, also to the Pittsburgh Steelers as Terry Bradshaw disappeared from sight. It's been a long season for them. They were given extra life. Joe Green said they thought they could play better, but Denver played better today than did Pittsburgh.
Denver matches up with the Oakland Raiders in what should be a real shootout here next week. The Raiders won at home. Denver won here. Now it's going to be 1-1 and question mark. Who's going to come up with that big victory?
Well, you talk about home field advantage. Mile High Stadium for 75,000 people gives you some kind of emotional uplift. And now we can fill in, because before we said next Sunday, Oakland versus question mark. We filled in the blank. It's Oakland and Denver at the championship game next Sunday afternoon. A big game today by Craig Morton. But again, you've got to say,
there you get an idea.
Tom Jackson did an outstanding job. Red Miller and company are happy. And Merlin Olsen and me, Jim Simpson, as we take a look at Red Miller and the Broncos, say goodbye to you. And our thanks for listening. It's been quite an afternoon. Overtime. Oakland beat Baltimore. Regulation time. Denver takes Pittsburgh. For Merlin Olsen, here's something we'd like to say. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you all. And to all, good night. Reminding you that a super weekend is coming up with basketball on Saturday the 31st, Notre Dame in Kentucky at Louisville at 4 o'clock. And on Monday, the 2nd, the Rose Bowl and the Orange Bowl. Check your local listings for time in your area. That's all right here on NBC. Our staff has enjoyed our stay in Denver. It's been quite an experience to be here with the Orange Crush. And of course, to those of you back in Pittsburgh, we say the team did well. We congratulate them, but the glory goes today to two teams, Oakland and Denver. And here in the city of Denver, they're saying one word, and it's a color, orange. Merry Christmas, everybody, from NBC Sports.